Hi guys, long time no see. It's been a long time I filmed one of these vlogs. What I'm gonna do right now, and we're gonna do a really nice challenge today, like a challenge to myself. Normally, I will spend 6 months a year on holiday. So, I wanted to give myself a challenge. I want to take my friends and family to go challenge, to travel overseas. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna climb mountain. We're gonna climb some snow mountain, and hopefully, we're gonna also make some money from trading and investing. And hopefully in these 1 to 2, 3 days time, I can make enough money to pay for the whole family trip. I don't think I can make it, but let's see, fingers crossed. I presume that the trip is probably gonna cost around £80,000 because we're gonna take everyone there. So probably gonna cost around £80,000, like there's quite a lot of us. But let's see, fingers crossed. Now, these are the 3 criteria that I'm looking for when I'm looking to place a trade. So I'm going to give you the strategies right now. You might want to write that down. First, I want to look for the forward PE ratio of the stock. When I want to buy something, when I want to sell something, I really want to look for the forward PE ratio of the stock. Number 2, what I also want to do, I want to look for the sentiment. Everyone is asking to buy right now? Is everyone asking to sell right now? So I want to look for the sentiment of the stock. Number 3, what I also want to do, I want to look for how is the reaction of the stock doing? Are they just over spiking or are they not over spiking? So that's what I'm going to do right now. Based on what I've done right now, based on the strategies, it looks like it might be a good time right now to start shorting stocks. And shorting stocks is a very tricky thing. For beginners, I don't really recommend you to short stocks because it can be slightly quite tricky. So, if you short stock, you want to short it temporarily because I'm going for a trip temporarily. So that's what I'm going to do, okay? Shorting stocks. And out of so many stocks that I've found, what stocks is best for this situation? Out of so many stocks that I found, I personally found that things are spiking up, moving a lot right now, together with the Donald Trump winning the election. Elon Musk looks like his stocks is a little bit volatile at the moment. So that's what I'm going to do because I'm just going to trade for a few, just for a few hours or few days. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do Tesla. Now, if you look at Tesla stock right now, first of all, you want to look for the forward PE ratio. Forward PE of Tesla right now is actually quite high. So I'm going to short it temporarily. Second, I also want to look at the sentiment of the economy right now. It looks like shorting could be a good thing right now. The third thing I want to look for is a huge spike. As long as it's a huge spike, I want to short it temporarily around 50%, like using Fibonacci strategy. So just very, very simple 3-step strategy, and that's what we're going to do. Fingers crossed, if you're on our mentorship training on the highest level, if I think you've been doing the homework, we're going to short these stocks all together. Let's have a look.
Using the 3 criteria, these are the trades that I have found. The first trade I have found is actually Tesla. Yes, Tesla. You can see Tesla actually just spike up quite nicely just right there. And I'm looking to short Tesla right now because it's way overvalued, very high PE ratio, and it has a big spike up. So I'm thinking that it might go all the way down to around 50% of its value just right there. Yeah, we asked a lot of our highest level 1-to-1 students have already started shorting it. If they've been doing the homework, that I think is a good fit. Now, this is a very dangerous thing to do. Shorting things, you want to short temporarily. Once you make some profits, you kind of want to run away from shorting because buying stocks is a lot safer and nicer. But this shorting means we make money when the price comes down. Nice, we got someone to pack our luggages, really nice, and then we go for a really cute meal. And this is my whole family on a business class flight. There is no first class. We finally arrived at the destination, and this is our 5-star hotel, like usual, obviously. It was quite okay because we're in the city. Obviously, that's the best they've got. But yeah, but this is what is the incredible part. That is the mountain that we are about to go up to. It looks scary. It doesn't look scary. It feels scary to get up there and freezingly cold. This is me trading, obviously looking at my Tesla charts and a lot of any stocks that we've been looking at. I will show you the result right at the end. Remember, the challenge is, are we able to make enough money to cover for the trip? Let's see at the end of this call, the video. Now, this is me breathing. Now, this is me with my dad. The water here is incredible. the fishermen, the people literally asked us to drink the water right from the source, and that's what I did. And this is where I finally arrived at the destination. I'm like in cloud nine. I posted this video on my Instagram to show people that yes, in life, it's all about working smart, like this.
There's strategies to everything. We will be trading or even climbing a mountain.
Exactly. There's a strategy to everything in life. There's a hard way, there's an easy way. It depends on which way you are using. Without strategy, without having one-to-one session with my tour guide for her to teach me what to do, we wouldn't have been able to have these pictures to climb the mountain 6,000 feet like that. This is we celebrating with the oxygen cylinder. That's a strategy. Obviously, we indulge, obviously destroy our stomach, ourselves with these incredible, I don't know what this is called. There's a steak, there's a lobster, there's a crabs, there's everything that you want. Sushi, Chinese, Indian is all in there. And I probably gained like 4 kg in these 2 to 3 days. Now guys, our trades are still going on right now. 9,000 plus 9,000. It did went down exactly where we want. We're up around 18,000 pounds now. Now what we're going to do is, based on our seasonality process, based on our 8-step powerful strategy, based on the guidance that we've been doing, it looks like it's going to come down a lot more. The price is 3-4 now. I think it's going to come down to around 200, 250, just a little bit more. So I'm going to just keep holding the trade. And lots of our students are making a lot of profits right now. For a lot of you, if you want to take your profits, you can take your profits now. But I will personally wait for a few more weeks for it to come down even more. And then we will take it from there.
Hi guys, I'm just at the airport right now. And see if you can guess which airport that is. But you will not be able to guess it. But basically, I just want to come on this real quick because I just felt a sense of what I'm waiting to get on board on the plane with my friends and family. I just want to share this real quick because I just want to say, wow, never imagined my life would be like that. Where, thinking back, where every single week right now, I'm like traveling around the world, right? Like being in airport most of the time, while traveling around the world and together with my friends and family, where I pay for all of their trips, obviously, and never ever imagined my life would be like that. I just want to share this real quick, especially when we climbed the mountain today. It was actually yesterday. It was actually quite a scary moment. It was quite a scary situation. And I just want to say this real quick. When I was climbing the mountain real quick, just right there, we were on the cable car, and it was quite scary because there was a lot of people who were vomiting. Even before we went up there, I hired a really good tour guide. She already kind of told me that most of the people that will be vomiting. You'll probably experience some headache. I did experience some headache in the beginning. And when I refused to follow instruction, I literally refused to follow instruction because she asked me to breathe in a proper way. And I kind of like forgot to breathe in a proper way. You know, when we breathe, we don't really breathe deeply. And as a result, I have got some headache going on. Yeah. So if you got headache, a good tip for you, breathe deeply, because sometimes headache can be a sign of lack of oxygen in your brain sometimes. Yep, that's what she said. Let's just accept that. So she asked me to breathe, so I got a little bit of headache going on. You know, we wanting to give up. Like, I believe that in life, how you do everything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. So I really wanted to give up at that time because I was like, oh, I already got a headache. How can I still climb the 6,000 feet mountain, snow mountain? Really cold. How can I climb that? And I'm not a mountain climber, guys. I'm not really good at mountain climbing. Sometimes I just do it for fun. But at this time, I was like, okay, let's just do it. Like, I don't know why I decided to do it, but I just decided to do it. It's very spontaneous. I'm a very spontaneous guy. So we just decided to do it. I took my families and say, guys, let's just go and do it. And we did it. and we went up there. We were really scared. And there was so many times we wanted to give up. Like, we wanted to give up because, you know, when we look at so many news, people dying. There are so many people dying. And when we went up there, there are people laying down. People literally laying down on the floor. And you know, in life, 98% of the people say they want to do something, but they don't make it. Only 2% of the people make it. That's literally what happened to the mountain. When we went up there, almost to the top of the mountain, guess how many people actually make it? 2% of the people make up to the mountain. 98% of people do not make it. I look at the floors. So many people are lying on the floor. So many really gave up. Why? Because they like their fear to stop them. Literally climbing the mountain, there's so many fears. So what if I climb out and didn't make it? You know, what if I die? What if I couldn't breathe? What if I had a headache? What if my lungs pops out? How much my lung pops out? Because and it's true, sorry, people that's actually what will happen, but people imagining things. But anyway, so first strategy, first thing in life, you kind of have to conquer your fear. The quality of your life, you might have heard of this before, but it's so true. The quality of your life, everything that you want in life is actually just the opposite of where you want. Write it down. The quality of our life depends on the number of uncertainty we have to go through. The quality of our life is actually, everything that you want is on the opposite side of the fear. Yeah, it's literally true. Climbing the mountain is such a difficult thing. It's really difficult. I was running out of breath, so I couldn't film it right then and then. So it was such a difficult experience. And most people gave up because most people wouldn't do it. And my mom and dad wouldn't want to. They are in their 60s and 70s. They literally couldn't climb it. I have to do a lot of motivational talk. I would be like, you know what, guys, let's just do it. I would be like, guys, you know what? I have to be a very, very motivating, and I inspired them, and finally they did went up there. So I'm very, very blessed. But you know what? 98% of people did not make it. Yeah, it's true. And so this first thing, you really, if you want to do anything in life, how you do one thing is how you do everything. In life, when I get into trading and investing, I also have to conquer my fear. There are so many scams out there. There are so many fear. Oh, what if you want to move your house? You want to do anything in life, I believe you have to conquer your fear. Let's talk about the second step. And it's true. There is actually a A&E. A&E is like emergency clinic in the mountain climbing. There's a small clinic right there. Out of 10 seats, guess how many seats were fully filled? 8 seats were fully filled. That means 8 seats, 8 people requires an oxygen treatment. I saw they have this water going on, and then there's literally an oxygen treatment going on just right there. And what does that mean? That means in life, the second step, you want to write that down. You want to modeling successful people. You want to have strategies in life, because I hired the best tour guide to help me. She's literally the best. Like, I've been to so many tour guides. She's literally so good. And she literally gave me step-by-step instruction. First step, she asked me, to breathe in a proper way. Breathe deeply. Second, she asked me, to acclimatize the steps. Don't go to the highest step straight away, the highest height straight away, altitude straight away. Really acclimatize yourself. Second step, she asked me to get a really powerful oxygen tank. And that is incredible. So I bought an oxygen tank for my friends and family. And number 3, she also told me to, when you're climbing a mountain, you kind of have to, what's that? She gave me something, a very special drink, kind of increase your affinity for oxygen kind of drink. Because most people, they have this altitude sickness, because at a high altitude, you don't have that much oxygen. So you kind of like have a headache, you vomit, and this is literally what happened. People are vomiting. I remember there's a cable car. We have to go through a cable car. And in front of a cable car, I don't know what happened. There's this woman. She was literally vomiting in the cable car. I feel so sorry for her, but I could not look at her. You know when people throw up? If you look at her, you want to throw up as well. That's me. I'm one of these persons. I'm not sure if you can relate to me. Wow. So I couldn't look at her. I have to look up. Because I couldn't look at her. I don't know where to look. But that was an experience. But anyway, so second, you really want to modeling successful people, where people give you step-by-step strategies on what to do. If you follow the steps, you get the same result. And I have done that for almost all areas of my life. I want to get good at fitness. I want to work out 2 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week. I want to spend a lot of my time with people I care about. And I use powerful strategies to achieve that, in a very short space of time. How? By modeling successful people. Yeah, same thing with trading and investing. How did I make it happen? By modeling successful people. So if you can take off anything from this video, this is the 2 steps. Conquer your fear. When fear comes, say yes to fear. I know your fear is going to be there, but just make it. Just do it. Just start from small. Start from how you do one thing is how you do everything. Second, yes, you got strategies to everything. You don't have to do everything through trials and errors. That's it for today. And this is like a vlog or anything. I don't know what that is, but I just take out my mini phone with my friends and family just right there. But just to share my story a little bit. So now, while on the flight, let's look at our trade real quick. Yeah, you can see
We asked you to short Tesla stock. Tesla stock went down exactly what we want right now. Now it's 100 and 110, 110 is up 200,000 pounds. Can you see it? Just zoom it in, pause it, 112, 200,000 pounds right now on this trade in the few weeks. And the good news is a lot of my apprenticeship, a lot of the students who do the homework even make more money than me shorting some other stocks like American Express, Booking.com, whatever that is. I'm so happy. You can see real money, real trades, people making so much money. Wow. If you're not, you need to start doing the homework. Guys, I just came back to London right now from the trip. I mean, can you tell where I am right now? I'm in Canary Wharf, just in our office real quick. Wow, a lot of you know I live in Embassy Garden, but I have so many properties. This is just in our office. Wow. Some people will be like, Raven, it's easy for you to make 200,000. 200,000 pounds right now almost mean very, very little, almost mean nothing to me. It's like probably two of my watches. And yeah, but I get really, really grateful and really, really humble and really, really, I just reflect back a lot of things right now because some people will be like, Raven, why don't you just do what you like? Why don't you just travel around the world, like really do nothing? Why do you want to help so many people? Because when I make 200,000 pounds, a lot of my one-to-one sessions, this is what really gives me more joy. Even make more than me. And the question is, Raymond, why don't you just do nothing right now and just travel around the world, you know? I did that already. Like many 5 years ago, 6-7 years ago. When I was at the age of 25, I'm now in my 30s right now. I achieved financial freedom. I have enough money to live for my entire life. Now I have enough money to live for my family, for my generation, many generations. Money doesn't mean anything to me anymore. And some people are like, Raven, why do you want to help people? Like why do you want to do what you do? Why do you just travel the world really doing nothing, sitting on the beach? I did that at the age of 35. I did nothing. Like I just sit on the beach, just trade and invest, and I retired the people that around me, and I was depressed. And I was like, wow, Monday, I woke up like Monday, I literally doing nothing, and I was like, this is not it. This is not it. And some of my friends started to see my lifestyle. They say, Raven, how do you change your life? You know, like suddenly you travel, suddenly you're not able to do, because I used to be very, very broke. And so they changed my life, and I started to teach some of them, a lot of my close friends, how to do trading and investing. And some of them works for Zara, some of them works for some other companies, like not even 9 to 5, like night shifts and stuff like that. Don't even have a good night's sleep, sacrifice their health. And this very important, this very close, very close, still very close friends of mine used to work for Zara in Stratford, just in East London. I mean Canary Wharf, so it's not too far from here. And she's like just swapping time normally like that. And I started to teach her exactly what I do. This is my strategy. I show you how to do it. And then now she go on to quit her job. She later on she go on to quit her job, and then she able to go back to her country, literally able to travel the world, and no longer have to stuck in one location. No longer have to be like do things on the instruction of other people or the commands of other people. Now she gave back her freedom, and she thanked me tremendously. She took me out, and I just felt that so much level of joy and fulfillment. And also, if you remember, when my aunt passed away, at that moment, I actually said to God, I said that, God, if you can help me to get out of this rock bottom, I'm going to spend my lifetime helping others. This is it. This is why I do what I do. If you travel for some time, you know that when you travel for so long, sometimes your brain gets so lazy, you'll be like, let's do something right now. And you get lazy. Sometimes you want to find things to do, you want to find something to do, and nothing right now, nothing wakes me up, nothing put a smile on my face than seeing how so many of my students also make so much profits. My one-to-one students, hand-holding students, make so much profit on these particular trades as well.
and a lot more trades to go, because these are the trades where when you do the guidance homework, when you do the work that we told you, you will find it yourself, you place the trades, and you ask me for permission. You ask me whether or not, okay, this is good or not. And I'm going to tell you, okay, whether this looks good, whether this doesn't look good. This is it. This is why I do what I do. Guys, despite the money that I made, despite the travel trip, despite sometimes, especially right now, I just felt so emotional right now because, sorry, because thinking back of me a decade ago, just around 10 to 12 years ago, where I came from such a broken family background, where for the longest time, I thought the only way to make money is by swapping my time for money. I thought the only way to make money is by swapping my energy, swapping my time for money. And then I work for 7 days a week. I have to work like 8 to 9, 10 hours a day. I used to live in the bedroom where there are 7 people living in that house, and there are 3 other people living in that bedroom, and I'm sleeping at night. I couldn't even sleep. There's just always sound coming in. People just came back from work. They're doing a bar job. And at the time, I was funding my dream. This is when I graduated from Imperial College London. They say it's a top 1 university in London. And I thought my life is going to be settled. I thought, this is it. Yes, I graduated. My mom wants me to work hard, to study hard. This is it. I got it. And I just found myself living paycheck to paycheck. I found myself just constantly having these financial worries, constantly having these debts. Who here can relate to me, where you just keep having this mortgage, these debts that you just couldn't seem to finish it off, and it just keep coming and coming with the cost of rising, living in the UK, and I just have no life. I just keep working and working. I just felt so stuck. I just felt like, when is this gonna end? A lot of you already know that I don't even get to see one of my really important family members of mine before she passed away. She always kept this out of my treating me. She treated me like her very own son. She treated me like her like even better than my own mom has treated me. I love my mom's two beats, but growing up in such a... So she kept asking me to go back home to see her, you know, the Christmas time, holiday season. She kept asking me to go back to see her, but I couldn't go back to see her. And I say next time, but the truth is, I just couldn't afford to take time off work. I just couldn't afford to see her. And then I just keep postponing for 10 years. For 10 years I didn't go back to see her. And then one day I was working really hard, and then suddenly someone called me. I look at my phone. It was my mom. I was picking up the phone and say, "Hey, what's happening?" My mom just told me, "Raven, your aunt has just passed away." Sorry. Sorry, I always get emotional saying this because it's my story. At that moment, I felt that my heart was being stabbed many times. I felt that my stomach was being turned many times. I felt the oxygen in my throat left me. Sorry, it's been 10 years. I just I never felt this level of pain in my entire life, even though I felt like it was yesterday. I felt that the story was right now. I say it again, I feel it again. I feel the goosebump again. Sorry. Another time I asked myself, Raven, do I see myself giving the best part of my life, giving away to somebody else, like sacrificing my relationship, sacrificing my life just like that? I say no. There's got to be a better way. I thought to myself, I got to be radical. I got to do something I've never done before. So I go into trading and investing. First of all, I do it by myself. What 95% of the traders do when they get into trading and investing? They do it by themselves. They do free forex signal, or they give money to somebody else to trade for them. They don't learn how to trade by themselves. When I first started, I used all of these techniques. Technical analysis, forex, I used all of them. And guess what happened? Oh, I lost a lot of money pretty fast. And I say to myself, I better get good at this stuff. And I decided that I want to become an outstanding investor. A lot of people already know. I decided to, I go on to read over 300 books on trading and investing. Long-term, short-term, medium-term, day trading, you name it, I've been them all. And then at the time, I don't have much money. So I was actually borrowing money to go on a lot of these courses, paying a lot of these courses through my credit cards, because I thought to myself, this is an investment in myself. It's going to pay me back many times. And then I also persuaded and tracked down literally some of the greatest living investors all around the world. At that time, not only I'll pay through my last rent, pay through my last penny, I have to borrow money. And track down some of the greatest living investors around the world to really have them to mentor me one-to-one. A few years later, I applied in the UK. I came back to the UK and applied everything that I've learned. Sky is the limit. I become a multi-millionaire. A lot of you already know. And then I go on to retire. I go on to travel with my family. I still do right now every month. As to say, we just came back from many of these beautiful countries. The question is, how? How did that make it happen? How did I have so many of my successful students just keep sharing their journey, sharing their insights, my one-to-one students? How did I make it happen? I recognize that a lot of them are just doing these 3 things. That's what I have to do. 3 things. If you can do these 3 things, this is it. And this is what most people are not willing to do. First, if I think back, if I were to, I'm writing a book, tell my kids, I tell people that I really truly care about. These are the 3 things that really transformed my life. If you have pen and paper, write it down. This is it. The first thing that I was willing to do is that I was willing to take massive action despite being broke, despite I don't believe in myself, despite being scammed, despite being hurt many times, despite I felt that I don't trust myself, despite even my mom. At the time, I was trying to borrow money from my mom. My mom literally slapped me on the face. I said, Raven, why don't you just go on to get a normal 9-to-5 job? Why don't you just continue or just study another degree, just to study a little bit more? And you know what? When people are trying to put you down, you're trying to prove them wrong. And I study harder than ever to prove them wrong. And now every single week, my mom is asking me, Raven, what stock should I buy? What stock should I sell? Which I'm very humbled to hear about. So this is the second thing, is where sometimes life gives the vision to us and us only. They didn't give us vision to my mom. It didn't give the vision to my dad. It didn't give the vision to my neighbor, to my partner. A lot of people are trying to ask for permission. Oh, okay, I'm going to ask for permission for someone to see whether I should do this. Sometimes asking for permission means you're actually just giving them responsible. So ask yourself at that moment, are you trying to give responsible to other people? But if you know that you are the one who's going to do the one-to-one session, you know you are the one who's trying to do the work, who will do the work. God gave the vision to me and me only. So why do I have to ask for permission? And the better thing, what I do right now, is I give notices. Successful people just take massive action and they give notices. And this is number 3. Use leverage. Successful people also use leverage. If you want to get to where you want to get to, it's not about you trying hard. It's not about you to work. It's not about you. People ask me, Raven, how do you achieve financial freedom in your mid-20s and in my 30s right now? This is it. This is it. Leverage. Successful people leverage 3 things. Leverage someone else's knowledge. This is why people get mentored. People do try and error. Second, leverage means successful people also borrow someone else's time. Borrow someone else's time. Time is the most valuable resources you cannot have. Number 3, successful people also borrow someone else's money. And that's what I've got to do. I've got to do all 3 of them. That's why I get to where I am today. But more importantly, it comes down to the belief system. It comes down to believing in myself. It comes down to the willingness to make a mistake. Because I have done so many things and it didn't go to the way that I want. And it's very, very easy for me to say right now, let me give up right now. Let me just go back to where I always be. Let me just go back to do what I always do. It's very easy right now to say, let me give up. Let me throw my white towel right now. It's very easy. At that moment, it's very, very simple. But I thought about my aunt. I thought about God. I thought about what happened if I don't change for the next 10 to 20 years. And I said, there's nothing for me to lose anymore. I usually use the word fuck it. And I usually use the word, let's make a mistake. Let's give things a try. Because what's the worst thing that can happen? What's the worst thing that can happen if I make a mistake? 3 things is going to happen. First, I'm either going to fall down or hit something really hard. Or second, I'm probably going to fall down and hit on something really soft. Or the third thing that's going to happen, I fall down and fly. But let's pretend I fall down and hit on something really, really hard. Let's pretend I fall down and injured myself and I hurt myself. But you know what? Humans are powerful. Humans can always get back up again. You have fallen down many times. People have gone through divorce many times. People have bankrupt many times. You know that we can always get back up again. And I thought to myself, I believe in my power to get back up. Humans are designed to get back up. Because you know what? In life, we are not afraid to fall. Yes, we are scared to fall. This is our imagination. We are scared that if I fall down right now, if I try something right now, it's going to fall. And I never come back up. We are afraid to start all over again. We're afraid, oh, I have tried in the past before. Oh, this is really, really new. I don't know whether I can do it or not. I have all of that fear. And you are not alone. Anyone who starts something big, starts something new. Women who want to give birth, you think they are not scared they're going to lose their life? But why do they do it anyway? How do you overcome fear? The only answer, write that down, the only answer to overcome fear is 2 things. First, you got to have your bigger why. Your why has to be bigger. Why do you want to do this? Has to be bigger than your fear. The second part is that there's no way to overcome fear. The way to overcome fear is to just do it. You do it anyway. You don't let the fear to stop you. You think successful people, when they speak, they are not fearful. You think that they run a marathon, Usain Bolt, Michael Jordan, they go on competition. You think they are not fearful. They are all very, very scared. So how do they overcome? The woman who give birth, you give birth many, many times. You think we are not fearful? We are fearful. But we do it anyway. Because we write that down. The quality of our life, everything that we want is on the other side of the fear that we are sitting on. I'm just so humble and so grateful right now at this moment in time. Oh, a lot of you know my one-to-one mentorship training is completely full. I've closed for the longest time. But if you're really, really serious, you're really, really interested, you want to qualify for a one-to-one hand-holding stock market forex training, you want me to personally hand-hold you through each and every step of the way. Personally, me and my team, you can try to book a call to see if there's any slot. I can get on the phone with you to speak on the phone to see whether we can qualify you. But we reject 90% of those students. Now, this is not for everyone. This is only for people who are willing to put in the work. There are 2 requirements for this. First, you've got to be able to spend 1 hour a week. Yes, because you've got to do the work. We're going to give you the strategy. I'm going to give you a powerful strategy. You're going to follow it. It's like baking a cake. You're going to make sure you do it every single week. 1 hour a week. Every single week, you got to do the homework. You got to place the trades. You got to follow. You got to come to my weekly coaching call. You got to attend your one-to-one session. 1 hour a week. If you can't do 1 hour a week, let's not waste our time. Let's just forget about it. Let's skip this. But if you're serious, if you think you can do 1 hour a week, you think you can put in the work, you can do the guidance, you can do the hand holding the training, the homework that I give you, we're gonna do this together, then this is it. And I'm looking very, very forward to take your life right now, to take your family lives to the next level. Sky's the limit according to our successful students. You will not be disappointed. For those who decided to get to the next level of the training, I'll speak to you on the book call.